We'll see only on Local 10, a South Florida fishing shop trying to reel in a repeat offender and employees not letting him, you might say, off the hook during a recent hit. Local 10's Andrew Perez live in Pompano Beach with our exclusive tonight. Andrew.
All of this is part of a bigger, more widespread problem, and all of these little thefts, they really start to add up.
Usually people are very friendly in the fishing industry.
But our perp was evasive, walks in and ignores the employees who greet him. That was red flag number one as he wandered through the store. Big Dog Tackle in Pompano Beach. So much gear, so many gadgets.
He went right into the rod section right here.
You know there's gonna be like white on white crime for real. Going to a fish bait and tackle shop and stealing out of there. Listen, you ain't even gonna get in there as a black guy most of the time unless you're an older black guy that's like, you know, that's got the look. If I walk in there though, I'm getting tackled. The second I get ready to open the door, they're calling the cops on me. So trust me, the police response will be there in time. But, you know, for this guy, he was able to get away with it. Team. How's it going, y'all? maildotsale, the undirected guy. We got to talk about this one, team. We got a little bit of white on white crime. We talk about the black on black crime. We see it all the time. You go through Old Block in Chicago, you're going to see a whole bunch of Chief Keats out there, you know, robbing and looting and killing each other for no reason at all over blocks they don't own. But, you know, every once in a while you'll go to the fish store and you'll have white people robbing white people and speaking out laws just to make this. The one thing that black people ain't going to do in black on black crime is they're not going to be naming no laws that's going to get them out of that situation. And even if they say one that makes sense, they're still going to get, and they'll figure it out in the courts. But white people, when they hear someone talk about all these laws and stuff, and they sound like they know what they're saying, they don't want to get in double trouble. Even though that they're getting their shop stolen from, when the perp says, hey, if you keep me trapped in this store, then you're going to end up going to jail. The white people, they take that into account. And they're like, you know what? We're just going to let them go. We're going to figure it out later. So this twerp was able to get out of there and steal the property. Let's finish watching the video. It's a little under 2 minutes.
He was picking up all kinds of rods and holding them up, looking at the prices, and I noticed that he would look up and looking at the cameras.
Red flag number 2. Now
Damn, they got a lot of cameras. Hold on real quick.
And I noticed that he would look up and...
Wow. How big is that store? The store doesn't look that big. It looks like a shack of a store, but they got cameras everywhere. Outside, perimeter. All inside, up and down every aisle. Obviously, gonna have a cashier and all that. That's looking like it's right up there at the top square on the right. Well, underneath the top square on the right. There's a D. Yeah, it's D10. Yeah, D10's got the register. Okay, pretty comprehensive screen. So they're gonna definitely have plenty of video evidence after the fact. So that's good.
Looking at the cameras.
Red flag number 2. Now he's really on their radar. Before you know it, the owners realized this guy was here the day before. Now he's eyeing some GoPro housing.
Before I knew it, I saw him stuffing it right up in his backpack.
Went right up to him and told him I want my merchandise back.
Nicole Cepetis confronts our fisherman foe.
Nicole. So wait. I just want to go back. Let me just hear what Nicole confronted him. But this guy said he was there he watched it happen.
He was picking up all kinds of rods and holding them up, looking at the prices, and I noticed that he would look up and look at...
Okay, so hold on. This guy with the big dog hat. Does his hat say big dog? Let me go back real quick.
Looking, went right into the rod section right here. He was picking...
Yeah, big dog. Looks like a big hefty guy. Looks like he, you know, throw around a little weight. He's probably on a wrestling team in high school. Maybe made it to state one year. But now he's not the same. He ain't got cauliflower ear though, so maybe he didn't go very far.
up all kinds of rods and holding them up, looking at the prices, and I noticed that he would look up and looking at the cameras.
Red flag number 2. Now he's really on their radar. Before you know it, the owners realize this guy was here the day before. Now he's eyeing some GoPro housing.
Before I knew it, I saw him stuffing it right up in his backpack.
Went right up to him and told him I want my merchandise.
But this woman right here, she's got no fear. None at all. She ran up to him, angry as a cat. She said,
Stop.
You better give me my damn merchandise, boy. But he had a comeback for her.
Nicole Pettis confronts our fisherman foe. She locks the doors, buying deputies more time to get there.
That's what she does when her husband tries to leave the house to go out to the strip club. She locks the doors. He never ends up leaving.
Said that I can't touch him, it's illegal. I'm like, no, I want everything, including the stuff from yesterday. And then he said, well, I was just scoping the place out yesterday. And I'm like, oh, great. He was like, that's illegal. You can't lock the door. So I'm like, okay, who? Are you doing this everywhere? Like, you're...
Is he right, though? Team, is he right, though? Is that technically kidnapping? Because the truth is he hasn't stolen anything because he hasn't passed all points of sale. Although you can tell his intentions are to steal, he technically hasn't stolen anything. If I want to go to a grocery store and I want to get a candy bar, a bag of chips, and a 12-pack of Mountain Dew, all things I would probably never buy, but let's just say I did, I could put the candy bar in my pocket, walk to the register, and then pull candy bar out of my pocket, set it on the register, and pay for it. I don't necessarily have to hold it in my hand visibly or put it in a basket. So technically, he might be right. He hasn't technically stolen anything at that point.
You're going to tell me what's legal and not...
You can't arrest somebody for intention. If that's the case, then we could stop murderers before they actually go through with their plot. But yeah, intention's not enough to arrest somebody.
Said, well, I was just scoping the place out yesterday. And I'm like, oh, great. He was like, that's illegal. You can't lock the door. So I'm like, okay, who? Are you doing this everywhere? Like, you're going to tell me what's legal and not legal? Seriously?
Things kept escalating. So Nicole and Trey West let him...
Look how Trey West is looking at Nicole. He like, yeah, lead us, honey. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to man. Look, listen, we've been talking about this and like men and women and the dynamics and stuff like that, and it is true, man. Like men, and I could probably like everybody can be a victim of this, honestly, and we gotta fight it every day just because of the way that we are, I don't know, indoctrinated throughout our entire lives. That we actually are like. And you'll hear people say it, men are the new women, women are the new men. There's all kind of like virality going on TikTok about all this stuff and stuff like that. And I mean, it's true, but this is what the women wanted. They wanted to be equal. So now you got to sit here and try to tackle robbers while your big, strong husband and or friend, or I don't know what their relationship is, doesn't really matter. He's like, yo, I'm not approaching this guy. And the guy's a twerp, but it's like, he don't want no smoke. And she does. She got more testosterone than him. And his tits are bigger than hers. Look at it. Look at that. He need to train him, bro. This is crazy, team.
Go concerned that things would go a little too far. This is a harsh reality, though, not only for them, but similar sea-based stores across Pompano and Deerfield Beach. We've covered story after story where crooks are targeting pricey fishing and boating gear from stores and personal boats, even sneaking in from the water. These two tell us something's got to give.
Organized theft, where they're coming in here, scoping out...
It's expensive. Was that just for a lure?
Tell us something's got to give.
Organized theft.
That's a lure, ain't it? I don't know a lot about fishing, honestly. Camera shown, sold separately. Rigor series. Someone knows what this is. I think that's called a fishing lure, though. I can't be all the way sure. If I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure someone will cook me in the comments.
where they're coming in here, scoping out the place probably a couple times a month.
Hey, look at this guy though, bro. I mean, like honestly,
Coming in
man.
here, scoping out the place probably a couple times.
He got glasses hanging off his shirt. He's not even like, he should at least not left with the glasses on his shirt. Like, he should have been roughed up to the point where his hat came off. Like, he just walking around like he got a little pudgy stomach. He's kind of fat and out of shape. Whole face exposed. You let this guy walk out? Hey, listen, I'm going to deal with the cops and, you know, we're going to have our day in court, but you not leaving the store, bruh. I'm going to hold you down because you're not strong enough to release from my grip. And if you fight back with me and you give me a reason, like let's say you attack me, then you give me carte blanche to beat your tail and knock the sonic rings out of you, boy. And you ain't faster than me either with that body, so you ain't about to... Because I'm going to hunt you down and hit you clean over the... Slap the hell out you, boy. And my wife wouldn't have to confront you if I was in the store with you. Talking about men being like women, that's one thing I ain't got to do. Like, you ain't about to just run up in my store and steal from me, obviously. Like, at least be slick with it. You getting caught, you right on camera, like, just everybody seeing what you doing, and you don't even give a damn. You just walking out with hundreds and thousands of dollars of merchandise. This is crazy.
A month.
It's become such an issue. Actually, they're looking to take things to the governor's office, to the retail federation to figure out what's being done. And
I want to check the comments on this real quick. I didn't even think about that. I want to hear all the white on white crime comments. Oh, there's no comments on it. Fishing tackle shops and bicycle sellers have a tough time. Walmart. Are they saying because Walmart? What a scumbag. If I were ever to shoplift, it would definitely be from big box stores, not small. But what?
What do you mean?
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
This conditional, and this is the comment I was looking at, where this guy says, scumbag. If I were ever to shoplift, it would be from big box stores and not small businesses. Bruh, you're stealing no matter how you look at it. Like, okay, Robin Hood. All right, I got you. Yeah, steal from Walmart. They're going to actually prosecute you. And, you know, loss prevention is probably going to try to tackle you and shit like that. So, I don't know. Pick your poison. And they'll have the actual money to pursue you in court and try to process you to the fullest extent of the law.
FBI, open up!
Well, yeah, so, but you know, oh, you want to see the graphic behind? I got it right here. There's a graphic behind it. It's kind of cool. Fisherman back there. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, team. Like, but you know, if this was like the hood store or something like that, they'd have been like black on black crime. Man, look, I don't care. Like, whatever, racialized. I'm just having fun with it, team. Damn, y'all ain't gotta.
You're racist.
Why y'all gotta? Why's it gotta be like that? We're going on direct perspective. We're gonna go light for it. Look, I'm gonna go light for it because it is white on white crime. And yeah, I mean,
You're racist.
fine, whatever. Whatever. Call me racist. Fine, whatever. But I'll get the blacks too, and the Asians, and the Middle Easterns, and all of them. Y'all can all get this. Nobody is immune from getting this work, y'all. Nobody. And this just happened to be, you know, the white people's time. I mean, it's a fish and bait store. Like, you know, black people, and trust me, they would have kicked a black person's ass if he came up in there doing that. They might not even serve him at all, even if he had money. All right, so my thing is this, though. My thing is this. We're going light for this because I don't really think anything bad happened. Nobody was hurt. Nobody was harmed. He threw a couple of words out, said, you can't kidnap me. You can't do this, can't do that. They let him go. You know, Trey, he allowed Nicole, you know, he was henpecked and acted just like a rooster. What's a rooster sound? I don't even know. Cock-a-doodle-doo. He didn't do nothing, bro. Oh, man, this is crazy, team. I don't even know what's going on at this point, man. We out of here. Y'all are the best audience on the internet, though. Y'all that agree with me. Y'all that are mad about what I'm saying, well, I don't know, man. Y'all ain't part of the undirected team if that's how you feeling. I just want to talk about it, though, team. We just having some fun. We just having some fun. I don't know, like... But if you was in that position, what would you do, though, right? Like, me personally, I don't think I'd have let him leave. I would have fought with him. He probably would have tore my store up, though. I don't know, it's tough. Owning a business is tough, though. It is tough. Especially retail brick and mortar.